Hi and welcome to you all. Thank you for committing to tonight's Business Booster call. It's great to know that we have an audience tonight and we're in lockdown, so bring it on, she says. So let's start with our presentation tonight. And yes, it's Tuesday, the, oh my gosh, 13th of July. Thanks, Liv. Actually, talking about being masked on, I thought I would actually do the presentation in my latest accessory tonight, but no, I'm only kidding. Okay, so thank you and welcome. So tonight we're going to go through some business strategies because I'm all for helping you and supporting you to build a good, strong platform, solid platform for your business for future growth. So be warned, I'm smiling. I'm going to ask your permission to be tough on you tonight, or I might be tough on you tonight. Tough love time. Okay, so I'm going to kickstart with this because to me, this is a great platform to begin with. Success is where preparation and opportunity meet. So we're going to bring those together tonight, helping you be as prepared as possible and looking at all the opportunities that you have to grow your business. So thank you. Okay, so talk about being prepared. I just wanted to bring up on the screen our compensation plan, because part of being prepared, I think, as this key document, and there's 2 slides that you need to have at your fingertips all day, every day, every minute, every hour. It should be ready to be available for you to reference if someone asks you a question, that you've got it somewhere up front and in central focus. So to me, that's part of the foundation of where we're going tonight, that you have this in front of you, or if you haven't now, that you're going to do that going forward, because it really is an important document. And this one, the latest one, the updated version, is on the library, so you should be able to print it and have it to hand. Okay, so tonight, some of the things I'm going to go through you may have heard before, and if you have, I apologize for that, but give it a tick, because if you're doing it, then, as I say, give yourself a tick that you're doing best practice. But hopefully I'm going to be sharing some new things with you, or just concepts. So tonight is all about taking control of your business instead of your business controlling you. And that's when, stress kicks in, for example, is when you're out of control, or you feel as though you're not in control of your business. So tonight, our focus is helping you take control of your business. Okay, so we're going to refer the platform back to the Success Tracker, and we've done a couple of sessions now with Juan Fernandez, who took you through the Success Tracker in detail. But I just want to touch base on a couple of things that I think we can circle back on and look at and reinforce, and sort of cherry pick tonight what I think can help you, as I said, on your business platform. So the Success Tracker provides business intelligence, absolutely, to monitor business activity in your downline, know who to motivate, recognize and assist, watch for trends. That is important, so you can easily identify areas each month that you need to work on, and overall gives you the opportunity to maximize your income potential and ability to rank up. And if that's not important, I don't know what is. So we can also, I guess, freeze you up so that you can add more free time to your schedule. So implementing best business practices each month will undoubtedly underpin your future success. And that's what we're going to cover off in a bit more depth tonight. So obviously I want to reinforce too that, you need to work with your downline in as much as you need to coach your downline too, to implement these best practices each month. So it's not about you understanding the business platform, it's about sharing it with others. Okay. So let's look at best business practice in the Success Tracker. And the thing I want to call out first is the star that you see here, opportunity alerts. I'm not too sure whether you're aware that this actually happens, but there are 2. There's automatic orders in exception, starting from the current date, and associates with 10% DPV of the next leadership level in the current month. So These, I think, are really important. So I'm bringing them to the forefront because I think it's important that you check both each month, because this could be affecting your volume and your leadership level. So let's have a look at what they actually look like. Okay, so I'm just going to bring the pages up. You've had training on this. I'm just reinforcing where you can go to find this information. So the auto alerts to look out for. The alert messages are categorized in the center of the page under the Success Watcher section. So I think you can see here, you've got 2 points called out, and the arrows are identifying automatic orders in exception status, and also associates with the 10% DPV from the next leadership level in the current month. So, and also, which I think, depending on where you are in your leader structure, leaders who dropped in leadership level. So they're the auto alerts to look out for. Okay, so what to look out for each month. So there's 3 things I'm calling out on this call, and we'll probably do some more for you later, but I've put them in what I think are almost an order of priority. That's orders in exception, there's DPV, and then there's leadership level. So let's do a little bit of a deep dive on these for you. So orders in exception. Okay, what does this actually mean? Okay, you can go into the report, and it's highlighted here. And I'm struggling to see this on a small screen, but it's actually circled so that you can identify where to sign in. Okay, thank you. Gosh. And then orders in exception, go to My Business and select Success Tracker. And there's a call out here for you to have a look at, My Business and Success Tracker. And then you go across the page and you've got a call out there for you to follow. Okay, so I'd be doing screenshots if I was following me at home like you are. So, okay, the next stage, I just want to take you on a simple journey that you can identify. You need to go to reports, obviously, to look at those reports. And then you're looking at terminated auto orders as highlighted here for you as a point of reference. Okay. Now this one is obviously going to give you the detail that shows who's an exception and what you need to look at. So again, I would, after tonight, if you're not doing this, go into the library, pull this out and actually capture those pages so that you've got them as a point of reference. You can work them in a line with viewing this recording again so that you've got something to follow, okay? When you actually hit or press show report, this is the report that actually comes up on the screen, okay? So why have we taken you down this path? Why do you need to know what orders are an exception? Look, I'm going to say the customer service team support you and do regularly call orders an exception. But I think it's more important for you to take up this as part of your business growth, for you to be aware of where the orders are sitting, and that a call from you has more power in it as a connect call with your customer or your associate than actually getting a call from customer service. So I'm just thinking this is an opportunity now, again, for you to take control of your business. So you have the data, we've shown you where to go to collect it. Now determine an action plan utilizing your power hour schedule. So now you've got the data, you can actually drill down and determine with what you've seen on that report, how many customer care calls that you need to make that can open the door to further engagement. That's why I think that call from you has a lot more power in it than coming from the customer service team. So what I've done here, I've just, I guess, scripted a call just as a thought starter from me, how I would approach the situation if I had seen that Jane had got an order an exception. And this is the type of conversation I would have. Hi, Jane, can you spare a few minutes for me? Check in that it's a good time to connect. Jane, I've noticed we have your order on hold at the moment. Do you need to make an adjustment to your automatic order this month? so as not to lose your loyalty points. I'm calling because I want to make sure that you are aware that you can do this. It can be changed this month if needs be. Now, how important is that call? First of all, it shows that you care. Your focus is on your customer. It also, I'm not too sure how many customers are aware. Say, for example, they've got and I'm just using an example, $150 automatic order, and budget is tight. That could be a reason why the order's an exception, whether it's a credit card situation. They can actually roll down that order for that month to a lower price product, maybe, and I'm just going to say out of the blue, a Manor Bears product. So they keep the consistency of their automatic order. It can be changed back the following month, but by doing that, they haven't lost their loyalty points. Now, the reason I'm reaching out, some of you may know that this can be done, but some conversations I've had recently, actually this initiative has surprised a few people. They hadn't thought that this was possible or could be done, and it's just added another level of customer service. So, you know, that's my speak. That's how I would talk. Obviously, you need to adopt and adapt a call so it comes from you. I'm just using that as a reference point to give you an idea how to approach the situation so that it is value add and it's all about the customer, not, you know, what are you going to put in this month? And I'm being cheeky because I need the DPV. Okay. It's about connecting with your customer and finding out the reason why. Okay. So, having rolled that out, I want to understand where you're at and how much you do know, and I'm being respectful, and how we can add more information going forward. So this is a yes/no poll. I just need to know whether this has been helpful or not. So let's take the poll. Did you know where to find this information? Very simply, yes or no. So by seeing some of the responses, and we'll share those with you in a moment. Yeah, look at that. So obviously the majority of you knew where to find it, but that tells me that those that have said no didn't know where to find it. We've actually been able to share with you where to go to get that information, again, to have that business data for you to take action and you know, make an improvement in your business foundation, because you know, knowledge is supreme, and it's awareness. So I hope you can use that now and utilize it to your advantage. So I appreciate those who've said no, because you know, that's give us an understanding that what we have shared tonight has been value add. Thank you. All right, so I think we have another poll for you too. I'm not.
Yes, we do.
Oh, yes, thank you. Okay, and building on this one, our next poll, did you, or do you now see the value in check-in orders and exception each month? Yes, no, I'm not sure, or I need more information. Again, this helps us help you. So just be, I guess, transparent, and we can continue to deliver the information that matters most. Well, thank you for that. Look, again, I'm just going to reinforce that, you know, you've got Jason on the line here, and his team are always a backup if you need a bit more information. If you want just an indication of, again, a bit more confidence of where to find those reports and pages, a quick call, and Jason can run through it on a one-on-one for those who felt that they might need a bit more information. But I'm glad that you see the value now in having that data at your fingertips. Okay. So now let's move on to DPV, downline point value. Okay, this is something else that I feel, again, is data that's going to help you have an awareness of where your business sits. So again, you can see where to find that real-time DPV. That is so powerful. So every time you go in to check it, it's updated, and you've got a finger on the pulse as to where your business is. Look at that. The report is updated every 15 minutes and shows the most up-to-date volume in your organization. So how powerful is that? Okay. It also, I guess, gives you an awareness of how to get to the next level of leadership, where your DPV is sitting. And I'm going to circle back to, that's why to have the compensation plan information beside you, so you can cross-refer one data, help you support the other, not only your next level of leadership, but anyone in your team that's working for the next level of leadership as well. So again, it's about taking control of your business. Okay, so let's have a look at those reports. First page, and again, it's very difficult for me to read that, but I'm hoping that you've got clarity. And as I say, Juan Fernandez went through this in quite in depth. This information is also, up in the library, and you can pull down now and check on your real-time DPV. And again, if you need a little bit of assistance, circle back and ask Jason or any one of his team are there to help you as well. I'm just trying to give you an easy path, but don't hesitate to reach out and ask for help if you need it. Okay, so now with this last one, you've actually been able to identify with the report real-time DPV, and getting close, I would say from mid-month onwards, I'd keep a finger on the pulse and be ready to respond to the information that you are seeing on this part of the success tracker. Okay, so what is the best business practice when you're actually looking at the DPV? Now you have the data. Now you need to determine an action plan utilizing, again, I'm reminding you of the Power Hour schedule, because to me that's a powerful tool to create a timeline when you can actually go through this and be proactive and get the results that you want. So this is the time to make an associate business support call. And again, what I've done here is just created another, a little bit of a conversation when you're connecting with someone that you're working with. And the conversation might go like this. Hi, John, it's great to catch up, isn't it? And I'm feeling excited for you because I've noticed that you are so close to earning a Power 15 bonus this month, and was wondering if by us working together, I can help you achieve this. It's too good to let go, and you are so close. That conversation protects the relationship, builds the relationship. And if someone has had a tough month, maybe they're not where they want to be, and a connect call from you can give them the desire, I guess, a commitment to carry on working because you're there supporting them and not give up. When you're that close, I think it's great to reach out and help someone else get over the line. And that's the power of being able to look at that DPV report. Okay, there could be several calls you're making like that on a monthly basis, but it's all about leadership. Okay, so let's take another poll. Now this one, I'm asking you out front, do you see the value in tracking your DPV each month now? Yes, no, I previously didn't know, or I will now. Okay. That's great, thank you. So look at those results. Yep, I'm glad you see the value. To me, giving someone a helping hand, helping them over the line, supporting them, having the opportunity to share ideas, bounce ideas around. Maybe it's doing a team challenge. Maybe it's doing what I call a hot potato, making calls and connecting with each other. Sharing good news can really make a huge difference in their DPV and their business, which ultimately makes a huge difference in yours. So those that were going to do it now, take it on, embrace it, and I'm sure you're going to start seeing the results of just that activity. So thank you. Right. So let's lead into the second half with this statement. True leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. And that's your role as a leader in your business, is to inspire others to step up to do what you do, make your job look easy so they want to do it. And, you know, at the end of the day, you're helping them be more successful. So let's look at the leadership level, because, you know, that statement underpins where I really want to take you next. And that's looking at the leadership level reports and actually being able to identify who's close in their career path to stepping up to the next level. Again, 2 pages to share with you here. And again, easily identifiable by going into the system. And what I want to go through with you is what we're going to do with best practice now, when you can actually identify the DPV. So leadership ranks, keep an eye on those and know where to go to get that information. Okay. So again, now you've got the data to hand. This is so key. This is how the success tracker can support you at every opportunity in your business. So as I said, we've called out 3 key elements tonight, and if they really prove of value, and by dissecting that whole training and just taking it piece by piece, it's going to help consolidate and solidify your skill set to give you more confidence in doing what you're doing. Then I think we're on the right track. So again, let's take a poll to see whether what we're doing is actually resonating with you. Okay. We can learn from you too. Okay. So again, I need to ask you, do you see the value in, now we're going to go through best business practice, working with aspiring leaders. But you need to know where to get the data first. So that's why we've pulled this in here. So do you see the value in tracking your leadership level each month? Your leadership level? Fantastic. And for those who are now saying, I do now, that is great. And it's about taking control. It's about understanding where you're at and not leaving it till the last minute of the last hour of the last day, and then relying on top-up day, because by then you could be stressed out and not knowing where your business is at and what you need to do, and it all gets too hard. So come on, guys. Fantastic. Thank you for that. Thank you for your transparency. Okay. So I want to move on now, and I'm going to give you some, I guess, basic elements of working with your aspiring leaders, and just giving you some more information. Some of you, again, with respect, may be doing this already. There may be some hints and tips here that might just jog a memory or pull you back onto doing what you know you should be doing but haven't been, maybe. But let's go through them. Each element is important, and it could be a refresher for some, but a good learning for others who are just stepping up onto the journey. So first of all, I'm going to say determine the following on your coaching calls. So when you've identified who your aspiring leaders are, or the one person that you're going to be working with, I want you to call out these elements. The first thing is the why, your motivation. The next thing is the what, which is action. The next is when, which is a commitment date. And I'm going to go into these in a little bit more detail. I'm just calling out the bullet points at the moment. So we've done the why, the what, the when, the how is the action steps. Okay. So, and the last big question is to yourself, to oneself, have you been able to connect with your associates this month? Because you need to go over these continuously. And if you haven't, what steps can you implement to inspire and effect change? So is that being more accountable to yourself? Is that more booking calls in the diary? Is it having a schedule? Only you can answer those questions, but these need to be part of any coaching call or mentoring call that you want to make or plan to make with an aspiring leader. So let's call them out. The why. You know, when the why is clear, the how becomes easy. And why do we say that? Well, the why is what we do in this industry is one of the most important key drivers of an individual. You know, we don't have bosses, even though we've got an upline, they're not bosses. We are independent associates. So the motivation comes from within. Now, if the why is strong enough, you know, why we're doing this, and it actually kicks in at a lower level deep within you, then it keeps us engaged and an ability to overcome speed bumps. It keeps bringing you back. If your why, if you don't understand your own why, then maybe it's not strong enough to keep you engaged when you hit those speed bumps. So, you know, first of all, make sure you know your why, but then also it's important that you know the why of the person you are coaching and mentoring. Okay. All right. The what. Okay, the what is the action plan. Okay, and it needs to be discussed and documented. It's just not with respect, a hairy-fairy conversation. It's, come on, we need to sit down. I now know you why. You want to be successful because, and let's capture an action plan. So the reason we document it is it creates the knowledge that will be brought up for discussion on the next coaching call. It's an affirmation. It's the skeleton of the business structure, okay? And I'm going to be cheeky here. You see that last sentence? You know, building a network business is hard work, okay? It is hard work. Business growth is driven by a backbone, not a wishbone. And I've got a smiley face in there. You can wish all you like and your business will stay where it is. But unless you are determined with a backbone to drive it with a strong action plan, your business isn't going to go anywhere. So your action plan and the person you're coaching and mentoring action plan, so that you can refer to it call after call and see your momentum too. You can actually see successes. You can see where you need to refresh, where you need to go back. It's a documented process that really, really works. Okay. I hope I'm not being too tough on you tonight. Okay, so after the action plan, okay, you need a timeline, okay, a deadline. So the when is a timeline that anchors the action. It's a commitment, it's a promise, commitment to oneself, committing to a date, again, agreed upon, not mandated. With respect, you can't turn around and say, you need to do this by the end of the week. Jason, I'm calling you out. You know, it's an agreement between you. Jason, what we've discussed, you want this schedule. We've got an action plan. When do you think we can put a completion date on it? Have an agreement. And that is, again, another affirmation. Okay. And it's an important part of the process in leadership development. You are teaching your aspiring leaders skills that they will eventually pass on to others. And that's how you get longevity and good business growth. Okay. So the how. Wow. The how is bringing it all together. Okay. Outlining, committing to the action steps required, an agreement to oneself and knowingly being held accountable. It's about duplication and replication. Think about it this way. Teacher teaches student, student becomes teacher and teaches others. That is such a strong way, a network platform builder, that your business, rather than you being the teacher and always have students, teach your students to become teachers and teach others. And that's going to be key to your future success in you know, for the long haul. Wow. Okay. So let's look at this one. Achieve. To me, this is the true essence of leadership. And I will keep probably coming back to this slide and referring to it time and time again, because, you know, these steps are so important as you lead others on an amazing journey. Okay. You need to take action. You use common sense. Commit to helping others, use imagination, and we can help you in all these elements. Focus on your energy, develop a clear vision, and maintain your enthusiasm. If you have those key points that you read now and again that bring you back, you know, am I as enthusiastic as I was? What do I need to do to refresh my enthusiasm? what's my energy levels like? Do I go into the calls feeling excited and ready to share? I've just called out a couple of bullet points there, but each one of those will help you achieve, the true essence of leadership. So I've talked quite a bit tonight, and I think there's some questions coming up in the chat, but before we look at those, can I just ask a few more questions? Okay. All right. Do you see the value in tracking your downline's leadership levels each month? Because by tracking it, you can actually then deliver on those coaching, mentoring calls that are going to add such great value to your business platform. So I hope from tonight you see the value in just taking those 3 key disciplines and adding them to your skill set. Okay. Know where to go for those orders in exception, look at the DPV, and look at those who are working towards the next leadership level and help them achieve their goals. So great response. Thank you, guys. I really do appreciate that feedback. Thank you. Okay, so right, I think we need to circle back. There's a couple of questions in the Q&A, and I'm hoping I've got Jason on back end. I delivered the front end. Let's look at the questions in the Q&A first. One from Sue. I've had 2 orders in exception recently that both had dollars to cover order. How does that happen? That's putting you on the spot, Jason. I'm not too sure if you have an answer for that.
Very good question, Sue. It can happen from a number of reasons. We don't actually know why it happens. It could be because they didn't have money in the account at the time. So and when the actual order generated, so that at that particular moment. So it's always good to, I suppose, check all that first. So I suppose I hope that answers the question. So but just all you need to do is just give us a call and we can actually just process it straight away.
Okay, Jason, actually Sue's called out that both have money to cover the order. Is there likely to be another reason why it's an exception?
It could be an expiry date as well. Like the expiry date could have expired on the credit card, on the card that they're using. So that could be an option as well. It could be, and this does happen, sometimes bank lines go down, so things like that can happen as well, depending on what bank they use and depending on what bank we use. So as I said, it can be a number of reasons, yeah, it's hard to pinpoint.
Can I ask how many times, if an order's an exception, do we try to work?
Yep, we generate them 4 times. Okay, so we try to take the money 4 times. After the 4th time, it actually drops off the system. So it usually generates once a week. So you've got 4 weeks roughly, to get it through. And that's why if we don't get it by the 4th one, then it will disappear.
Okay. All right. Look, sorry, that was good information for me too. I leave quite a lot on the back end that I don't get involved in, but I see the power of, to me, the power is taking ownership of those orders and exception, and even doing a customer care call, actually try to identify, like, we're looking at the problem, is it the bank card, however that conversation evolves. I think it's a good one to have rather than leaving it to customer service. Okay. All right, Bev has asked, as I see it, there is nowhere on a customer's My Office pages for an exception as there is for an associate. Is this correct? Well, I would think it's an associate's call, actually, Bev, not a customer's call.
But so it won't be a customer because she won't have people underneath them. So it would always be on an associate account. That is correct. Right. So yep.
Okay, all right. Pauline Hancock, after 4th try, what disappears?
Basically, Pauline, the whole order disappears. So from the system, it will just disappear, and they will not have an automatic order for that particular month. Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, there were some good questions that have come out of that. And again, another reason for an associate to jump on and see if they can be part of the solution rather than that happening. So I think that is that's been value add. I'm not too sure if there are any in the chat that need responding to. Okay, Kelly, that's a good point from Kelly, actually. Often people change their cards too. They do a different card, but the auto holder still has the original card, need to alter both. That's a good call out, isn't it? And that's another reason for doing the call, isn't it? Okay, all right. Was there any more questions from anybody that we haven't? It's difficult when you're actually up front talking, and I don't want to miss anything that could be key, not to offend anybody, but Michelle Davies, just following on in our conversation, Jason, if you try again and it goes through, does it go off exception? How
Sorry, I
often?
just took myself off mute. Yes, it does go off exception. Now, it can take a little while for you to actually see that until it actually goes through the system. So
Right.
obviously, because it goes off US time as well. So, you know, once they do their reporting and stuff like that, then it will take about a day to go off. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, I think we've probably covered it. It's just that, as I say, the reason we brought this to you tonight in this format was there was so much information, and Juan did a fantastic job, but there was so much information there. I just felt that, you know, if we teased out a few elements and then added some best business practice or hints and tips on how to use the information, basic 101 really, but help guide you through the processes. And some of you have obviously shared with us that you didn't know, for example, an automatic order could be changed, then we're adding value. So that was the reason that we brought this to you tonight. So I thank and appreciate those who knew how to do it, but we created a new learning platform for those that were unsure or unaware. So, and taking that on board, because we've done what we've done tonight, from your perspective, from a field perspective, is there other elements, or when I say elements, but key points that you would like us to spend a bit more time on and take it to another level, like we did tonight with the, you know, with the 3 we picked out? Perhaps you wouldn't mind just emailing Olivia, and then we could look at how we can capture those in a business booster call going forward. So we're actually giving you the information that you need and require, and that would be helpful. Okay. So look, thank you for that. I guess just want to leave you with a beautiful statement about leadership. I think that's the last.
We do actually have another poll.
Oh, sorry, Liv. Thank you.
Right.
Keeping on track. I wondered why you hadn't moved the page on. Okay. Yes, and we decided to add this one at the last minute, didn't we? Okay, and we need to know this. What has been your biggest benefit from joining tonight's call? Multiple choice: tracking orders and exception, tracking DPV, tracking my leadership level, tracking my downline leadership level, and overall best business practice tips. So multiple questions, multiple answers, and that will help us, as I say, determine what we can share with you going forward. Wow, thank you for that. Okay, I'm glad tonight was of value, and you know, these calls to me are an opportunity to validate that you, our audience, are the foundation on which you know, Manatech is going to grow going forward. So look, thank you for your commitment to these calls. I'm with the team here, Olivia and Jason, supporting you every step of the way. We want to help you achieve your goals and be as successful as we believe you can be. So let's leave you with this last food for thought. Okay, opportunity is everywhere. The key is to develop the vision to see it. We believe in you, and I hope you believe in yourselves as well. Okay, so continue having successful months, guys, and we'll be back to you in a couple of weeks' time. So thank you for joining us tonight. Oh, there's one cup in the Q&A. Let me not shut down. What have we got here? Okay, that's an interesting one, Bev. We might take that on notice. I'm not too sure that that's something that can be implemented straight away, but it is a good thought. Let us rattle that one around and see what we can do going forward. Okay. All right, so we'll capture that one, Bev. Thank you. So thank you, everyone. Keep well, stay safe, and thank you for joining us again tonight.